Evening, everybody. I am currently going to be very echoey because the flat is now basically completely empty and I'm sleeping on the floor this week. I do have a mattress, but no bed, as everything has been finally moved out. And I'm going to do a little video at some point in the future talking about the move and how it's going and why we're doing it and a lot of that kind of stuff, which is, it is actually part of, a lot of the stuff that I post on Facebook anyway. So I wanted to talk about something that happened today, which was a really, really good point. I'm actually going to talk about my day-to-day job for a change. It doesn't happen very often. A lot of the time I talk about the stuff I do on the side and my sort of long-term plans and that kind of thing. But today I thought I would talk a little bit more about something that happened at work. And I think there's a lot of what I do at work, because I'm technically in sales, I'm a broker. So I'm a property finance broker. So, I am selling a service, selling a product. And so I do think that a lot of the stuff that I learn is quite, a lot of the skills are quite transferable to a lot of what other people do on a daily basis. So what happened today was, I got a new inquiry that came in for some finance on Friday, and I was quite excited by it. It was quite a big deal. Potentially would earn an overall income of about £80,000, which is quite big for one single sort of transaction. I wouldn't get all of it, obviously, but that's just the way it is. And obviously that is quite exciting. And when I started to speak to different lenders about options for this particular client, it became very evident very, very quickly that this particular client had already been around the market quite a lot. It's obviously spoken to lots of lenders, other brokers, and it would have been very, very easy for me to continue researching, continue looking for options for him, and continue, serving him for free, because that's how it works at the beginning. We go off and I have to, look after the client and do some work for free to start with. But I didn't. I turned around and I spoke to an IFA, actually, an independent financial advisor, introduced this client to me. And I was quite blunt with them, to be quite honest, and said, look, this client is wasting our time currently. He's going around the market. He's trying to find the best, he's trying to just play everyone off against each other. And yes, it's worth a lot of money, but the chance of this actually going through and being successful is very, very slim. I'm actually quite lucky that I think I have a half decent relationship and reputation within the market, that when I was speaking to a lot of these lenders, they were quickly telling me they'd seen the case before, they'd had certain issues with it, and bringing things to light so that I was able to, be a little bit more strategic in my approach. So when I discovered that actually this case had actually already been submitted through a lender, it was at that point that I realised, look, we're on a losing battle. He's basically trying to find a last minute second opinion to see if he can just get any more money. The guy was in trouble anyway. He needed to repay one loan, so really did quite desperately need to get this loan. And I thought to myself, well, look, he just needs to carry on. He needs to carry on. I'm not going to pander to him. I need to stand firm, stand by my principles, and say no. And it's a very, very important lesson, I think, to learn in sales, when to say no, even when there's a big, big opportunity to earn some money. If it's not right, do not do it. And it stands you in good stead, because otherwise you start chasing your tail and wasting time when you could be serving people that really do need your help. And that's what I did today. I prioritised my time from a client that was playing me around to one that really, really deserved my help and assistance. And I gave her my all rather than him, who was wasting my time. And so to say no to things, even when it's a massive deal, is a really, really big lesson to learn in life, I think. And ultimately how that worked out is that the client actually came back and said, well, I do actually need something slightly different, and passed me over something completely new to look at that no one else had looked at. And now we are actually ready tomorrow to hopefully submit something, a completely new deal, not worth anywhere near as much as the original deal, nowhere near, but still, money is money. And the client, I think, has learned to basically, he's realised that I'm not going to just sit there and take his shit, basically. So a good lesson to learn, I think. And but anyway, I just wanted to tell that story before I went off to bed early on my... it's not an inflatable mattress. It's basically it's not a proper mattress. It's one of those ones that you put on like a pull-out sofa. But that's my life this week. I'm basically living in basically kind of like a bed sit because we've moved out and everything has gone, and that's why it's all echoey in here. But anyway, I'm going to go to bed now because I'm going to be up again tomorrow because I've got so much work to be getting on with. But whatever you're doing, have an awesome evening, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.